Hello, my beautiful earth angels, and welcome to this extended video for the full moon in Sagittarius. So if you've joined me from TikTok and Instagram, hello and welcome. And if you've joined me from YouTube, I am going to reiterate the short message that was on my IG and my TikTok. That will be the base energy that is going on for you under this full moon. And then we will dig a little bit deeper and get into the juicier messages lying underneath. So once we've done the base, we're going to look at what are you releasing under this full moon? How is the universe blessing you? What is coming in for you? What obstacles you may face, and then some guidance at the end. And we will also pull some oracle cards. So let's go for it, guys. Okay, so looking at these cards here, what I actually asked the cards was, what is opening up for you under this full moon? And I got the Three of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and Seven of Wands, and then I've clarified them here. So what I'm feeling very strongly is that what's opening up for you is an understanding of, it's all about connections, right? And collaborations, people that you have been working with in the past, or, you know, you've been dealing with. Now, this could be at work, it could be at home with a family. It really depends on your situation. But these are people where, you know, you vibe pretty well, you get on pretty well, and you've been working together okay up until this point. You've perhaps been working on a project with these people, but right now, you know, you're understanding that isn't really going anywhere anymore. This project is coming to a close. It may have been going on for way too long. It could be something that you just don't feel excited about anymore, like you did once, but you're like, oh my God, I've been stitching this red circle for like the last week and I'm just a bit bored now. But you're kind of like, oh, how do I tell him or her that I'm just not into this anymore? But the universe is opening up a way for you to kind of understand that and let this go. Let these collaborations go. They're gone, they're dead, they're over. Look, these are connections, projects where, you know, you were waiting a long time for something to grow and it just hasn't. It's not that it was a bad thing, it's just that it's reached its completion. You know, you're ready to walk away from it with the Nine of Swords because it's keeping you up at night, even thinking that you have to go back there. You know, if this is like a work situation, you're like, oh my God, I just don't even want to go back to that office. I'm going to have to face this person and do this thing. And that's just not where I'm at the moment. It's like not exciting for you anymore. And, you know, the Sagittarius moon is all about expansion. It's about freedom. It's about doing what you want and having adventures. And, you know, this is stagnant energy, is how I'm feeling it today with the Three of Pentacles. This is like boring. She's like, you know, oh my goodness, I could be out like, you know, at the beach with my friends exploring. And I just stuck here and we've been doing this forever. And it's like, when is it going to end? Oh my gosh. But, you know, it's difficult because he's really enjoying it. So you may have people in your life that are actually like, they want to carry on working with you. They love your energy. They want you to stay there. They're enjoying themselves. It's enough for them. But baby, it is not enough for you anymore. And you're realizing that under this full moon. With the Four of Cups, this was clarified with the Temperance and the Justice card. So this is absolutely gorgeous because, as I said on my Instagram, TikTok, the universe is basically, this is universal energy. This is like the divine giving you a way out, giving you an option, saying, look, you don't have to sit here anymore in this disappointing field with these cups that are just boring the crap out of you. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you something that you have never seen before. This bowl is way better than those bowls. You have not even got any idea what you can create with this bowl. And because you have been so patient and you've done what you could, and, you know, you've aligned yourself and worked on yourself as much as you can, and you've put out a lot of good things into the universe. I am rewarding you with this. This is for you. Here you go, says the universe. You are going to be given opportunities to be with people that are just exactly in the right kind of energy that you're in, where you just work really well together and it just flows really well. And there's a balance there. There's an equal give and take within these relationships. But it's also a balancing out for you these two cards here, look, it's all about balance. It's all about you deserve this, the universe is saying. You deserve this now, okay? There's just no other way to read it. With the Seven of Wands, and these two, again, it's just your level of discernment is much stronger than it ever has been. You've been through a lot, you've seen a lot now, you've experienced a lot of situations where you thought it was going to turn into something and then it didn't. And so now, but also you know yourself much clearer, you know what you want more. In the past, maybe you might have been going in the right direction, following your dreams, following your goals, going for what you want, but then people came in who kind of looked attractive, they looked like on the outside like, oh, well, actually they're really nice and I could work with them. But actually what they were doing was they were pulling you backwards, because all they wanted was your energy. That's the devil. That's keeping you stuck. And they themselves were sneaking away from their own alignment, by spending time with you and being in your energy. That was nice for them. They were experiencing your light, just like this guy. They were enjoying spending time with you, building something with you, but it was never going to go anywhere because they weren't willing to do the work. They're still not willing to do the work. There they are, running away, avoiding what needs to be done over here. I don't know what that is, build a nest or something. But, all they want is to keep you with them and keep you in their version of, what they see their life, what they want in their life. They want their life to look a certain way. They want to keep you in it, but it's for their purposes. It's only for them, okay? It's not for you. And you get that under this full moon. You're like, okay, all right. And it's not about, oh, these people are bad people and, they're evil and, they're not. Most people who are pulling you back or, distracting you or draining your energy, they're not bad people. They're just not meant for you in terms of if you are wanting this expansion, which if you're watching this video, I guarantee you are, because you wouldn't be watching a tarot reading if you weren't being called to step up and expand into something a bit different. But yeah, and so it's a point of, this moon is going to give you this opportunity to release this shit, and excuse my language. And with the Nine of Cups, there you go. This came out in the water signs reading as well. You might want to go and watch that because that was beautiful. But yeah, it's all about your abundance, okay? And you can come into alignment with your own abundance. You can even come into a vibration of abundance. But if you're surrounded by people like this, or even people like this lovely happy chappy who's very happy, but he just wants to stay here, he doesn't want to go anywhere else, because he, this is enough for him. If you're surrounded by that, it's kind of clouding up your abundance. So we don't want that, guys. We don't want that. Okay, so that's the base energy we've gone into, and that was almost 10 minutes of me, but I felt that was really wanted to come across there. So I'm putting all the cards back, and we are now going to move on to some deeper messages. Oh, I wanted to show you this as well. This came through as well the other day. Remove to improve, which kind of goes along with what I'm saying, yeah? It's kind of the way my guides always talk in rhymes, which I find hilarious. I'm like, if it's not rhyming, it's not my guides. Right, what are we releasing? The Temperance card wanted to show itself again there. Okay, so balance is very key here, which is easier said than done when we're in full moon energy. So what are you releasing, Earth signs? What are you Earth angels releasing? What are you releasing? Oh, I love it. Now I can read that two ways. One, I can read it like, just bring those cards up. I can read it like you're releasing, allowing yourself to be drained and feel disappointed, negative thinking, getting stuck in like thought loops of, oh, I wish it had worked out better, you know, that kind of vibe. And you're also releasing, you know, trying to control everything with the King of Wands, taking action where, you know, without thinking is what I'm feeling. Because the King of Wands doesn't really, you know, he is all action based and he's not really in his emotions. He's not really about, you know, like the King of Pentacles, I would say is quite a reliable energy. You know, he's going to take his time to make decisions. The King of Wands just kind of goes in there and just does it without much discernment. So I feel like you're releasing that kind of energy. I think you'll be more in, if you were in a King energy, it would be a King of Swords, of Truth, or a King of Pentacles where you're, you know, slowly creating your own stability. So you're releasing these two energies here. But it's also a release maybe of going after things that have already disappointed you. You know, because it's almost like he's like, oh, you know what? I know that this was not fun before. Like I went to this, like I hung out with this girl before, right? And we went to this same place here and it was just like really boring, really dull. We didn't vibe. She was really miserable. But you're like, the King of Wands is like, well, maybe this time it will be different. And I have the power with my wand here to go in and make a difference to this girl. You know, I can help this girl. I can go and, you know, we can make it different this time. And, you know, you go back and it's just exactly the same. Because what you're doing there is you're trying to control somebody else's energy, which you can't do. So it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of like that's what you're releasing. You're like, you know what? I don't need to fix stuff that's not working. It's kind of a release of people pleasing and fixing. Yeah, that's what I'm reading it as. It's like, I don't need to do that anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to try and fix things that, you know, it's a waste of my time. I'm just going to clarify that King of Wands. Oh, that one wants to come out. Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, the Chariot. But I'm just seeing it here as like this hero vibe where you go in and rescue. Don't worry, here I come. I'm the King of Wands. I'm getting on the Chariot. I'm going to sort this out. You know, yeah, it was rubbish before, but that's just because, you know, you need some help or I wasn't doing the right thing. I'm coming in. I'm going to save you. It's all going to be fine. And it's like, no, it's not. Okay, right, that's funny. Let's move on to the next question. How is the universe blessing you? So you're releasing, fixing up stuff that's already broken. How is it blessing you? 8 of Cups energy. Okay, so it's blessing you with the strength. And not even the strength. This was an energy that I think came through in the water signs reading as well, I believe. It's it's a fearless energy. It's like you're not afraid to walk away from things anymore, you know? Yeah. And it's almost like you're actually excited in this Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups is usually, oh, you know, I'm walking away. Oh, I hope this would turn into something, but it hasn't. And you feel a bit disappointed. But I feel a freedom in this card and a sense of, that's not my problem. You know, maybe you were trying to put this fire out, but it was actually somebody else's fire. And like, actually, you know what? I can just walk away here. And she's looking at the sun, you know. She can see what's coming. And I feel that's you. I feel that's how you're being blessed with. Instead of looking backwards at something that's finished, you're looking forwards. And I've just noticed that bowl there, and I've never noticed that one before, strangely enough. I think maybe you're like, you know that it's going to work out because you've seen this here. Like this one was also, there was a fire here and you're like, how am I going to put it out? And then you realise that when you just left it and you didn't do anything, the universe kind of sorted it out, you know. The water came in and from the river and it kind of just put the fire out. And you've watched that happen and you've gone, do you know what? This is not for me to solve. This is for someone else to solve. This is for the universe to solve, and I'm free to walk towards the sunlight and just have a nice little walk. That's what I'm feeling. I'm just going to see if there's any more cards want to come through. I actually think it might not be that many. Oh, that one flew out. Knight of Swords. Interesting. So it's blessing you with the ability to I feel like it's making changes quickly and speaking those changes. Like you don't deliberate so much. You feel more, because you're free, you're unburdened, you're not worried about what you've left behind, you're excited about the future. You know, and she's got the bare feet and she's got that floaty dress on. You know, she feels very, just free. And when you're in that energy, you don't deliberate too much over decisions that you're making. The Knight of Swords is very quick with his messages. So I feel like if there are any conversations that you have, but this is about how you're being blessed. So you're being blessed with the ability to speak your truth quickly without any nonsense. And with the Page of Cups. Oh, interesting. Sorry guys, I had to think about that for a bit. What I'm feeling, I've got another couple of cards here that came through, but what I'm feeling is you're being blessed with the ability to communicate with people exactly where they are. The Page of Cups is, you know, usually a very sweet energy, but quite immature emotionally. You know, he's just learning about love, just learning about relationships. But I feel like you're going to be given the ability to, you know, communicate with all the people that you need to under this full moon in a clear and direct way, quickly. Yes, with the Knight of Swords, without the need to kind of hang around. But I feel like you're going to find the right words to meet people where they're at. I think because I'm feeling like, I always feel with this Page of Cups, but I am again here today feeling that there are people in your life that really look up to you. And, you know, you're going to be given the gift of the gab, I think, in this. Not the gift of the gab, it's not that. It's the ability to say the right thing to the right people, to help them feel seen and heard, but without, you know, without too much making it clear where they stand in your life is what I'm feeling. And that can be really tricky sometimes, especially if it's, you know, a friendship you've had for a long time, a business partner you've had for a long time, anything, a family member especially, with that situation where you're going in a certain direction, you're moving, you're growing, you're expanding. They love you, they care about you, they even look up to you, and they see what you're doing, and they, you know, they admire it, but they just can't come with you, and or they're not, you know, of course you're always going to love them, but they're not going to be like really close to you like they used to be anymore. The universe is going to help you to say the right thing to those people, because I got here again the Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords. Yeah, so it's like, this is how you walk away. You're going to be given the right words to say so that you can close a cycle with people in a way that feels gentle and kind. That's what I'm feeling, but direct. So I love that, guys. I do love that. Really interesting, this reading. Now, what is coming in for you? Let's see if we've got something different to what happened for the water signs, because that was all about love. So what is happening for you? What's coming in for you under this full moon? I'm just going to cut the deck again. What is coming in for you, Earth Angels? I heard reward. Reward. Okay, it's a Page of Cups. Let's see what happens. Is anything else coming in before I clarify that? Okay. Someone is coming in. Somebody that admires you, somebody that looks up to you. Could be a student of some sort. Could be a love interest. Is anything else coming in before I clarify? Oh, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I feel that this is you if you're watching. This is abundance. This is you coming into your financial independence and stability. And people coming to you for advice, for help, for support, for guidance. You're going to be in this energy. This is what's coming in for you. And that makes sense then that we've got this Page of Cups here. Tell me about this Page of Cups. Who is this? Oh, it's a Knight of Wands. Okay, so they come in fast. They come in fun. My light's gone there, guys. I'm just going to continue. Otherwise, you know, we'll come out of our flow. Okay, this person might come in quite suddenly, unexpectedly, and they meet you and they're interested in you. Why is the Knight of Wands there? Or shall we ask a different question? They like your vibe, okay? They really love it. They really, the more time they spend with you, the more they admire you, the more you get excited, you excite them. The more they get excited is what I meant to say. And they keep watching and they keep watching and they're like, wow, this person really is quite something. And as they watch you, so they come in fast and it's all kind of flirty at the beginning, I feel, and it's just a bit of fun. But then the more time that they spend kind of observing you or in your energy, even watching you from afar, the more the love or the feelings start to appear in their heart space. And they start to, you know, their feelings start to grow. But I feel this could be somebody that feels more like a friend at the beginning. You know, it's very sweet energy. And here you are, the Queen of Pentacles. So this is what's coming in for you. So this is a person coming in for you, and this is an energy coming in for you. Tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles. So how is this happening for you? How are you getting into your Queen of Pentacles energy? How is this coming in? I just feel you're more like at one with yourself. I feel like you're going to be, I mean, she literally is in nature there. And I feel like you're going to be doing that more. And because you're doing that more, you know, nature is the energy of abundance. It is naturally abundant. Nature, that's why it's so beautiful to be in nature, because it doesn't need anything. It doesn't lack anything. It can't be in the energy of lack. It's always just growing. And it just creates and creates and creates. You know, you have a seed which grows into a plant, which grows into a flower, and then you get the fruit, and then the fruit produces the seeds, and it's just never ending abundance, just producing and producing and creating. And I feel like you may be spending more time in nature, accessing that beautiful energy, you know, even sitting under a tree. I don't know, but I feel that for you. And I've got the Seven of Wands here. So I asked how are you accessing this energy? Again, you know, the Seven of Wands is different in all decks, but in this deck, in the Lightseers deck, she's meditating. So it's spending more time in your own energy, clearing your energy more. But again, I'm seeing the nature in the background here. I've never seen that before. And it's like there's a bubble here as well, like nothing can get to you in there. You know, so yeah, I think your solitude and your meditation time and your time spent in nature is bringing you into this energy of attracting abundance. So that's gorgeous. I'm just going to leave that there. Okay, you've got someone coming towards you and you're moving into your Queen of Pentacles energy. Any obstacles you might face? Let's have a look. Any obstacles? King of Swords. Okay. Tell me about that. Yeah, I think I'm getting the feeling of being a bit too serious, a bit too, yeah. Like, it's almost like you're questioning. It's a doubt energy I'm getting off it, because I think that sometimes the King of Swords can be, you know, the good side of it is he's very discerning, and he gets, you know, he sees everything for what it is. From up here on the mountain, he can see, he's got the full perspective of what's going on. But he can also be a little bit skeptical, you know, like, oh, you know, is this really going to happen for me? You know, I'm not so sure. That's what I'm getting from his face right now. He's like, I don't know. And even the owl is like, are you sure? You know, we've been here before. We've thought that we're going to be in this Nine of Cups energy, and then it's all gone to shit and something's gone wrong. So I think that's an obstacle for you, is like, you might get, you know, when like everything's been going wrong for so long, or everything has been challenging for so long, should I say, and then suddenly stuff starts going right, you know, your ego comes in and it will say things to you like, oh, well, this is too good to be true, you know, this can't happen, you know, we've got to be practical here, you know. And yes, you should always be practical. You know, dreams are dreams, and, you know, we live in a physical world, and we do need to be practical as well. We need to be sensible. However, in this reading, under this moon, that is not the vibe. This is an obstacle for you. So skepticism, feeling things are too good to be true, that is going to block your abundance, your Queen of Pentacles energy that we were feeling. And we definitely don't want that. So, oh, I've just seen the Two of Cups there. Interesting. I do feel there's partnership coming in for you if you're watching this reading in some way, shape or form. Right, so we're going to move on to obstacles now. Obstacles? See, I've said that again. I didn't mean to say that. I think I need to pull more on the obstacles. Tell me more before I move on to the oracle. Oh, Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I understand. Yeah. It's not just the too good to be true energy. It's also getting too serious, like too soon, with a romantic person, or even someone that you're collaborating with in terms of your work or career. It's like moving too quickly to the Ten of Pentacles and thinking that, you know, this is, you know, getting too serious too early. That's an obstacle. I think what the universe is trying to say is just enjoy the moment. It's time for you to enjoy the moment, to sit in the woods, to meditate, to enjoy your life, to be in the present moment, not to be looking too far ahead like that King of Swords and trying to figure everything out and trying to work out what to do next and trying to suss everybody out around you and what their move is going to be and where they belong in your life and all that stuff. So it's just to get out of that energy and just into the more feminine kind of energy of flow and presence and all of that. Yes, okay. Right. So let's move on to our angel oracle. I'm going to pull an angel oracle and then a moon omens oracle for you guys. So we've got, where do we want to go? Here. Habit. Ooh. Habit. Where's the book? 4141. It's time to take a moment to reflect on why you're doing what you do. Are you simply working to work? Are you working towards joy? Your purpose here on this planet is much greater than being just another cog in the machine. Break that habit of monotony. Start new routines that allow you to invest in your own well-being. Wow. And it says routines and habits, re-evaluating where you place your energy, breaking negative patterns, motivation and inspiration. I love it. This is exactly what we were saying at the beginning. And the affirmation is, I can always change for the better. So, yeah, that makes complete sense, doesn't it? You know, it's all about, you know, putting our energy into our aura, you know, and is this situation, is this person, is this habit actually, you know, supporting my health and well-being or not? I mean, I don't really need to say anything else about that, but it's clear. It's releasing the old, the stagnant energy. Oh, I've got them upside down. The answers you need are coming. I'm going to have to flip them up. And what do you need to release? It's just repeating message, isn't it? So I really do love it. Yeah. There's a lot of blue here as well. So I do believe that there's going to be conversations and you're going to receive the answers you need within those conversations. The universe, we've already seen, is blessing you with the ability to communicate effectively with those in your life. And, you know, you will be clear on what you need to release, who you need to release, or maybe the way that you are with certain people and relationships, and releasing that way of being different, doing something differently, doing something that actually feels good, that grows your soul, that grows your aura. You know, sometimes it's so easy to get into those just ways of being with people, you know, like always being available, for example. because you always have been available. Maybe just making a quick change in that will make a huge difference to your energy levels. I'm just going to pull one more, and this is going to be from my deck. There's only one way out, and that's through. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's like feeling our way through, right? Feeling our way through these situations. And there is only one way out, and that's through. It's like, I'm going to be honest with you guys and kind of, you know, show how this is coming up for me in my life at the moment. And what I'm noticing is that there's ways that I've been with people where I've been avoiding wanting to communicate clearly, because I just haven't, I don't know, I'm just finding under this full moon, I keep saying new instead of full. I'm finding under this full moon that I'm able to be a bit more myself when I'm speaking to people. And when I say that, I mean, these are people that have sort of been attached to me for a long time, but I have felt that, you know, their presence in my life is, it's those kind of people, right? I'm struggling to explain here, but it's those kind of people, like, and we all have them, okay, who are like in your family, or you've known them for ages or something, and they just, every time they message you, you're like, oh God, here we go. And it's that feeling of like they want you to be a certain way, and they don't quite understand you, and maybe they never will, but they just are so demanding of your attention and your time, and wanting you to be a certain way, wanting to see you in a certain way. And you're like, you know what, I've grown, I'm different. And it's really hard to, it has been really hard for me to communicate with those people, but I'm finding it a bit easier under this moon. So I feel like there's this kind of authentic vibe going on where we're just able to express who we are, but in a, you know, so that we can allow for these people to feel a sense of gentle closure, you know, without taking it harshly. So it's through these discussions and these moments of communication with all the blue here that we change our habits in the way that we are with people. I hope that makes sense, guys. I know what I mean, and I hope you understand too. And I do want to pull one extra, because this is quite a, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to do spirit animal oracle as well, because this is feeling quite heavy. I mean, that's the thing about a full moon. I know that this full moon is all about, you know, everyone's saying it's Sagittarius, it's freedom, it's expansion. Yes, it is. But in order to have that freedom and expansion, we do need to release. We need to release. And that release, I don't think it's not like a Scorpio moon or something where it's all a bit intense, but it is definitely something that we have to move through. We can't avoid it. That's the feeling I'm getting. Yeah, okay. Let's pull an animal oracle, because I feel we need one more. And guys, if you have earth in your chart and water, I would advise that you go check out the water reading as well that I did. Look at that. Trust in divine detours. Ooh, interesting. So maybe there's going to be some unexpected things going on. I've certainly had some very sudden, very unexpected conversations this weekend. But there's a reason that these things come in. And I always see, like, every conversation is an opportunity to do something a bit differently to how you did it before. I'm not saying I always follow my own advice, but yeah, okay. So, Coyote Spirit. I'm going to hold the card a bit closer. Do you find that you are being led on a strange detour in your life right now? Does it seem that what appears to be the next right action and the right choice, best situation, or fabulous relationship unexpectedly turns into the opposite, or just disappears into thin air, as if you've been tricked? Coyote Spirit's trickster energy is designed to bring you into situations to teach you lessons you have forgotten to learn. Perhaps you need a taste of failure before you experience success, a need to feel disappointment before you can truly appreciate the joy, love, and prosperity that is coming up for you. That was from the beginning. That's matching up with the... Perhaps you are revisiting a pattern you forgot wasn't in alignment with the life you're intending to co-create. Being reminded that gratitude, not complacency, will keep you awake and aware of all that is available to you in this moment. Coyote Spirit reminds you to laugh about the unexpected twists, to develop humility and gratitude while releasing your attachments to the form of your desires. Even when you suddenly find yourself on a detour, wondering when you will get back on track to manifesting what you desire, remember that Spirit has a plan and wants the best for you. Trust in divine order now. Coyote Spirit is a divine helper. No matter what seems to go astray, things are exactly as they are supposed to be. So that's interesting. Yeah, it kind of makes sense though, guys, because you know, this is what I love about reading on a deeper level and pulling more cards, because the message just keeps repeating, and a repeating message is what you need to hear, and it all starts to come together, right? So, you know, we've had the message about releasing, you know, things that we're not aligned with anymore, and then, you know, we're hearing now that with Coyote Spirit, it's like there could be just random communications coming in with people, or opportunities to discuss things with people that the universe is handing you that seems like you're being pulled off your path, but you're not, because it's giving you those opportunities so that you can then do things a little bit differently to how you've done them before. You know, maybe if we're talking about perhaps a family member, maybe you've always dealt with them in a certain way, like you've always been very kind and generous when they come in and they want your attention, and this time it's not that you're not kind, but you're just very clear about, you know, I don't need that from, you know, or you don't give as much is what I'm feeling. You know, you don't give as much of yourself, you behave a bit differently. Yeah. It's a very interesting reading, this one. I'm really loving it. But I do feel there could be some unexpected stuff happening. And it's also what we were saying about the Ten of Pentacles and that Page of Cups that may be coming towards you, where that may be a detour. That may not be like the person that you're going to be with, but it could be that there's some kind of opportunity there for you to be different, to experience a relationship differently, and to enjoy the fun of it rather than moving straight into, you know, this could be the one and this could go in this direction. And if we're talking about business, the same thing. So it's all about being in the moment, and that Sagittarius energy, you know, just having fun. We don't need to, like, Sagittarius isn't a planner, really, you know. Sagittarius is like that person that just rings you up like late at night and turns up at your house in a car and says, let's go and look at the moon, you know. Or that's just a random example, but they're all about, you know, just freedom. There's no rules, there's no barriers, there's no this has to be a certain way, and there's definitely no expectation of an outcome. It's just, let's see where this goes. It might be fun. And I feel like that's the energy. It's like, don't worry if it feels a bit weird, if it feels like you're being pulled off your path, you know, because every experience is a teacher. So when you look at life like that, which is how Sagittarius looks at it, you know, you can't really go wrong. There's no positive, there's no negative, there's just every experience is teaching you. So I feel like it's, my final message would be to embrace that under this moon, and whatever comes towards us, to approach it like that, to receive it like that, like with curiosity, with fun and excitement. Yeah. That's what I'm feeling, guys. So I'm going to leave it there. That was quite a long reading, but I really wanted to get into the bones of it, as it were, and understand what the universe was trying to tell us there. So I think I've done as best as I can. If you like this reading, then do give me a like. That always helps my channel to grow, and it's always good to have feedback, and leave me a comment if anything really resonated for you. And also, if you're here and you've enjoyed this reading, you might want to subscribe so that you can receive more readings of this ilk. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. I love and appreciate your energy so much. Thank you for being part of this soul tribe and connecting with me and the other beautiful souls who are here with us. And oh, I will just say at the end here, if you're still here, that I am doing a live full moon reading on TikTok this evening at 8 o'clock. If you would like to join, that would be awesome. I'm going to be doing it with my friend who is also a tarot reader, so there'll be all sorts of fun going on there. Otherwise, I'm so happy to have you here, and I will be connecting again with you soon. Bye.